Awesome. Thank you, Mason. Appreciate it. That's right. It hasn't been smooth at all. Far from it, actually. And the past few months have really shown me that with fewer distractions of travel, sports, and socializing, that I can still be more focused and intentional throughout my day. So in the interest of time, I'd like to jump right in and share with you guys 3 practices that have really helped me. 3 practical and tactical practices, if I may add. So the first one, I would like to ask y'all's participation, if I may. And it's a centering exercise focused on the breath. So what I would like to ask is we do 6 cycles, at least 6 cycles of breathing out and breathing in. So I'm going to start out by breathing out first through the mouth, as if you are blowing on a cup of hot tea or coffee to cool it down, like this. And then we're going to breathe in through the nose deeply. And we're going to repeat that 6 times. And as you're going through at your own pace, I'm going to pose 3 sets of questions around the framework AIA. So let's begin. So breathe out first through the mouth, as if you're cooling something down. And then breathe in through the nose. You can keep your eyes open or closed, totally up to you. Out and in. The first question is around the word A, or awareness. What are you aware of right now? What thoughts, feelings, or sensations are you aware of right now? No judgment. Second set of questions is around the word I, or intention. What is your intention right now? What would make this moment deeply fulfilling? And the last is around A, or action. What is one small thing you can do right now to bring about that intention? What can you say, think, or do to bring about that intention? I thank you all for obliging with me this morning. So they say that 80% of life is just showing up. So I'd like to modify that for this exercise and say that 80% of our problems in terms of our unconscious or compulsive mental patterns can be addressed with just awareness. Awareness gives us choice, and choice gives us freedom. So that's the first exercise. Number 2, moving right along, is called the 30 Days of Magic. And no, it's not David Blaine's new special. It's all about gratitude. So gratitude, and I've done many gratitude practices over the years and mindfulness habits and things like that. But this one, the reason I'm sharing is because the power to simplicity ratio for this is just off the charts. So the way it works is this. Every day for 30 days, you write down 10 things that you're grateful for. But instead of just leaving it as, oh, I'm grateful for this bed, or I'm grateful for the sun that's coming in through the window, you add because at the end, and you finish the statement. Once you finish all 10, you go back through, read each one, and you say thank you 3 times. So here's a couple examples that I had written that I'd like to share. I'm grateful that I hear my enemy loud and clear this morning in the form of anxiety, distractions, and fear, because it'll be that much sweeter when I overcome them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's another, a variation of which I've used quite a bit. I'm so grateful that I'm having to dig deeper to find more things that I'm grateful for today, because that really means I need this dosage today more than ever. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So just a warning to all of you who may be thinking of taking up this practice as well. It was not easy, but I would venture to say that if you do take it up, you might come to the same conclusion that I did, which is gratitude is a hell of a drug. So the last practice I want to get to is called a mental bank. How many of you actually acknowledge your wins, much less give yourself credit for when you actually come through for yourself? If you're like me, it's probably very little. So what's the mental bank? The mental bank is, simply put, a process to prime your subconscious mind to bring about the life that you want, while at the same time also gamifying it. So let me explain, and I'm going to be simplifying it because of the time limit here. But what you do is you list all the value add things in your life. So anything that brings you success, happiness, and prosperity, which you're already doing or want to do more of. And what you do is, through this ingenious function, you assign a dollar value to each one of these. And every day, at the end of the day, when you're logging on your mental bank, you say, okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, and you accrue that, let that accrue over time. So why does that work, or how does that work? Number one, our subconscious mind is orders of magnitude more powerful than our conscious mind. And aligning our subconscious with our goals is akin to aligning our sails to tailwinds. Number two, the data doesn't lie. And if you're a competitive guy like me, you'll see where you're being inconsistent with your results and where you're actually kind of following through. But even more so, over the 120 days that I've been doing this, what I've realized is how our habits can snowball into hundreds of hours of consistent effort, consistent practice in just a few short months. So that's it for my 3 practices that I wanted to share with you all. In the interest of time, like I said, I had to keep it succinct, but I'd be happy to share more information if any of these strike your fancy. They say that feeling is understanding. So I hope all of you feel at least a little bit different having listened to me today. So thank you all again, and cheers.
Well done. Thank you, Vik. Very well done.